Hi, welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah. We have a great show for you today. We're going to check in with our news partner, OccuPause. We're going to spotlight some great local businesses. And right now, if you have a senior in your life, or maybe you are a senior, you're going to want to listen up because we've got some important information for you, brought to you by Anna Hughes-Papich and Aaron Thomas. Anna is the executive director, and Aaron, you're the sales counselor for Huntington Place, a 5-star senior living community. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Lots of information to get through, so I want to dive right in because senior living has really changed a lot. And tell us your thoughts on what has really changed in the last 10 years.
Most recently, I think you see is there's a lot more options. Some of the companies that have come in are you'll see boutique-y, and that tends to be out on different coasts and that, but really the options and trying to react to what people are needing or wanting these days as you look at spas, salons, different things that come along, and wanting to live an active lifestyle. Retirement means many different things these days than maybe it has in the past.
Yeah, and I think maybe, like you said, different things to different people. So somebody may really want to age in place, somebody may need more assistance, and there's a few options that you have for seniors right now at Huntington Place. Run us through some of the things that you do.
Well, we have independent living apartments where for our 55 and plus seniors are more independent in what they need and care. And then we have our assisted living community where we can provide caregivers and meals and housekeeping and all that stuff for their everyday needs. And then we need more than that with more of advanced care or memory care. We have that right on campus as well. So somebody really could stay on campus for their whole lives and get to know the staff and have a great time while they're there.
And you talk a little bit about memory care and assisted living. These are different things. Share with us sort of what the differences are.
When you look at assisted living versus memory care, it's often, most of our folks in both of those settings will have some dementia. As we age, our brain ages with it. In assisted living though, you're pretty cognitive. If you have some dementia, it's going to be a little earlier stages. Not going to be somebody who has a potential for wandering, really somebody who has some further needs for care, or earlier stages who just needs the reminders to have meals, make sure there's a caregiver though in that respect. But with our memory care, we have a program called Bridges to Rediscovery, in where we're really focused on a brain with dementia and helping them to keep their quality of life in their latter years, where you're not as self-directed as you move into those latter stages of dementia, and helping them to really live a fulfilling life in those latter years where they need more direction, I guess.
Sure. That's got to be so comforting for the families to know that there's something like this out there, because it can be really challenging for the families as well, as they've got parents that are living with memory issues, to have somebody there that's able to understand those needs and really guide them. I want to talk a little bit more about the active seniors. You mentioned earlier that a lot of people are really still very active in their senior years. What about them? Do you have anything that's good for them here in senior living?
Well, I look at my independent living apartment residents, and they become lifelong friends. They sit in the morning, they have coffee, we have a coffee social with them. Having the conversations, the stories they can tell, that you'll never really understand what's going on in the world until you really look at it at a different perspective, what they lived through, and the stories that they've gone through, and some interesting ones as well, I'll tell you. But they go out to different places. We have a group that loves to go out and gamble. And then we have another group that really likes to just go out and have dinner at a local theater, at a local diner, or go to a fancy restaurant as well. So there's a lot of different things that we can do outside of our community. And then bringing in those activities inside. We have a lady that she had a passion of coloring. And she had these coloring books, adult coloring books, and everybody thought, oh, this is not going to work out. Well, she started her own class, and she has 5 to 15 people come down and color with her just to socialize and have a good time. So
I want to hang out with her. That sounds great. Adult coloring books are a big thing right now, too. We got to head to break, but I want to make sure we talk about events coming up before we go.
We have a couple exciting things. We have a couple centenarians with birthdays coming up. So the end of April 30th and May 1st, we have 2 back-to-back birthday parties. One turns 101 and the other 100. And then we have later in May an upcoming first responders breakfast where really we look to thank all of our first responders in the community who we work with every day.
Yeah. Well, gosh, we barely cracked the surface of things that we could talk about with you, but I appreciate the information, and I think our viewers at home do as well. Huntington Place is in Janesville on Wright Road. Thank you, Anna and Aaron, for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more Talk of the Town after the break.